There has, however, been caravan trade across the Sahara since antiquity. It is also undeniable that Islam, numerically the most important world religion represented in Black Africa, came from the north, with the exception of the influence exerted from the Arabian Peninsula across the Red Sea directly on parts of East Africa. In fact, to schematize the matter, Middle Africa has been receiving, cultural areas vis-a-vis the North in much the same way as North Africa, especially Northwest Africa, has received from the Middle East. The parallel could be extended. Each of the receivers has placed its own stamp on the ideas it has borrowed and has resisted political domination from the outside source area. I am TV Wahid, Black Living Room Talk, reading Color in Northern Africa by Leon Carl Brown. The Sahara does not provide for Africa the same kind of clear-cut boundary that the Rhine or the Alps constitute in Europe. Rather, it is a great buffer zone, or, to adapt Owen Lattimore's phrase, it is the inner African frontier for both northern and middle Africa. The nomadic life the Sahara fosters stands in marked contrast to the sedentary existence found to the north or the south. The nomads have always confronted both black and white sedentary peoples with a not dissimilar set of challenges and problems. The Sahara itself has been the great arena where white and black have met and fought. Black peoples first inhabited the Sahara, but were slowly pushed southward by white nomads. Today, the oases of southern Tunisia, Morocco, and Algeria reveal black populations ranging from as low as 3% of the total population to as high as 75%. As one moves toward the Senegal and the Niger, the population tends to become more mixed between white and black. In the Sahara are also found lingering examples of what amounts to a slave case, exemplified in the domination of the black Haritan by the Berber Tuareg. To this day, a fear of the Moors on the part of the blacks and the persistence of slavery have been noted in what is now southern Mauritania. The Sahara is a zone unto itself. The white-black relationship there form a fascinating subject. It cannot be assumed, however, that behavioral patterns and outlooks found in the Sahara are applicable to the population of northern Africa living in non-desert regions. The ideas and prejudices of white Sahara vis-a-vis the black man have, of course, influenced the settled areas of the north, but they have not necessarily been decisive. Many other factors have also been operative. This conception of the Sahara as a vast inner frontier, separating northern Africa from middle Africa, serves to clarify the nature of white-black encounters in northern Africa. There have always been blacks in northern Africa. The blacks have never, however, really represented a group or nation, and consequently, they have never constituted a threat to the non-Saharan northern Africans. Such a confrontation between nations, with all it entails, of elemental human striving for security took place only in the Sahara and along somewhat different lines in the upper Nile Valley. The blacks arrived in northern Africa as detribalized individuals, usually as slaves. Raymond Mauny has estimated that during the Middle Ages at least 20,000 blacks were sent each year from West Africa into North Africa, or at least 2 million per century. Even so, such a number coming not as a tribe in migration, but as random individuals soon to be scattered over northern Africa, could easily be absorbed and even ignored. The wide Sahara made it unthinkable that the blacks would flee, or by any other means return to the land of the blacks, which is the meaning of the Arabic word Sudan. Furthermore, no black nation in Middle Africa ever posed a physical threat to the states of Northern Africa. White nomads, such as the Almoravides of the 11th century, have threatened Middle Africa and even disrupted kingdoms just as the nomads from the Sahara have done in the north. The Moroccan expedition into West Africa at the end of the 16th century that overthrew the declining Songhai Empire furnishes a major illustration of a threat, both political and military, moving from north to south. There are, however, no examples of a threat moving in the opposite direction. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Reading Color in Northern Africa by Leon Carl Brown in Black Living Room Talk. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and please stay tuned for more conversation, stories, and information. This section really goes deep into the dynamics of the diaspora. So please continue to follow along with me. And like I always say to those of you who know, go back a little bit and catch up on what you missed. And it just this way helps you to understand and follow along a little bit better. This book, I when I get past it talking about the distinctions between the inner African frontier zone, the Sahara, and the rest of Northern Africa, I'm going to read ahead so that I'll know, a little bit more about some of the words and things. I love to do research, but I urge you to, if you're really interested and you like education about different things, peoples, even languages, please continue, do your research as I read the book. If there's something that you are wondering about, a word or anything, look it up. I find that to be very helpful to assist me in retaining what I've learned. So I'm glad you're here, and I want to wish you peace, love, and light. Hotel.